It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the New York Giants on Sunday night primetime.
The unmistakable New York skyline to the east. And we are across the river on the Jersey side at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Welcome to the booth, everyone. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, all set for a good one here. Greg, this is one of those interesting things because you talk to both coaches. They've schemed, plotted all week, and the question becomes, who's got the plan that's going to fit against this other team?
Well, that's always the question, and I think if we really got honest responses from some of these play callers in pregame, I think they're not even quite sure. Everyone goes in feeling really good about the week work. They feel really good about where they are from a game plan perspective. But now, can you adjust? Can you find the elements of that game plan that are best suited for having success in this given game? That's the key.
The veteran kicker, Graham Gano, puts it on the tee. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out, Greg, by the #1 overall pick way back in 2009, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But when he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further. We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
Stafford now on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run here with the rookie. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. He'll drop to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. That's good for a Giants first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That's to Robinson. He's got it. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Catch made, right side. It's Jaxson. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
The Rams offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive begins with a run by Williams. Solid running there. He takes this up near the 35.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now it's a bootleg with Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
Third and long. Here's Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Third and real long. This is where your defensive line has to come to life. They decided to keep extra blockers in the backfield, but it didn't matter. They were able to bring him down for a sack and brings up fourth down.
Here's Ethan Evans now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Giants offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tracy. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll motion their tight end, Jaxson. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Woo! Room to run past midfield. And they finally get him down. Good gain on the ground, but hold everything. Maybe a reason he got so free. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. What will the second quarter have in store? More from MetLife Stadium after this. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll throw out of the gun. Throw left side. That's Jaxson. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? They'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. The Rams offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Here comes Williams on the toss to the right. Oh, the defense snuffed that one out. He'll lose yardage, mark him back at the 3.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Throw it on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
Here's Smith-Marset. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. They'll start with a short field, looking for the first points of this contest, and they'll begin 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. First down throw there is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Taken in right side by the tight end, Jaxson. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
Mike, I don't really even think this is much of a conversation. On the plus side of the 50, I think you've got to keep your offense on the field, stay aggressive, and try to maintain possession. You get field position like this, you want to make sure this drive ends with some sort of points.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Giants will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Stafford now to throw on 1st down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On the handoff, it is Williams running to the right. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Play action, Stafford. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
On comes the punter now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Giants offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Now he'll run it. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick 1st down.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a 1st down.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. A carry here for Tracy. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
In motion, it's Robinson. Now they'll set up to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end Jaxson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And Listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Now, faking the give. He's got it at the 7, and he's going to be taken down.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do, and man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Here's a run. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it to the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Williams.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Rams offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Throw over the middle, brought in by Adams. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap to Stafford. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Again, it's Stafford. He'll find his tight end in the middle of the field. It's Higbee. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To the air again, Stafford. That's to the outside. He's got Smith. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
That is caught. And he's in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
That's just too easy. At this level, Mike, you give an NFL quarterback that much time to find a receiver that open, it's just going to be pitch and catch and result in an easy 6. So they got to tighten up their coverage. They got to do a better job accounting for all these receivers, because if they have guys running that free the rest of this game, they're going to light up the scoreboard.
Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Rams move out to a 7-3 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. Trying to bounce that outside. It went a long way for a gain of nothing. So we've reached the intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it, and for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Gray going to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Giants offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw, right side, taken in by Neighbors. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
Back to the air once more on second down. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
On third down, they'll run with Tracy. And they pick it up. He's to the 42-yard line, and the drive continues. First down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
They motion a receiver right. A run here with Tracy on second down. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. There's that man again. Another catch. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. And here comes 4th down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Graham Gano now following the field goal. Back to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense and Devontae Adams heading back onto the field. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. This one complete to Atwell. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Lots of space past the 45. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 29-yard line. What a run by Williams. 38 yards.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Laying out, and he What a play. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
With wide receivers, I think we spend so much time talking about their speed and their route running, and of course that's critical, but the ability to not only catch the ball, but to concentrate on the bad throws. We used to have a saying, you get paid to catch the bad ones, and saw a great example of it here, laying out, going down to get this ball, holding on through contact with the ground, and it's a big-time play. I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Davante Adams. Touchdown, L.A. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Gray going to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Giants offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From out of the gun, he'll throw. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
He's got his man, that's Slayton, and he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Got his man at the 6. And he's into the end zone. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
And even though it's just the 3rd quarter, he'll try to draw even right here and go for 2. He'll drop to throw. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Stafford. This one taken in by Parkinson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Throw on 3rd down, Stafford. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Rams punting unit coming out as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That is caught. It's Robinson. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, It doesn't get much bigger than this.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll look to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Jaxson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the ground, here's Tracy. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. A return now from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They run over center with Williams. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this.
off play action. It's Stafford. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. A gain there of 16 yards. First down, L.A.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the fourth quarter, Mike, facing a tough third down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
On first down, Stafford. That's to the left side and pulled in by Higbee. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
To the air again, Stafford. Nakua hauls it in. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick, because that ball is coming out.
Throw over the middle, brought in by Adams. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, Williams. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Here is 2nd and 7. Williams. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down. They'll drop to throw. That's taken in by Higbee. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minutes. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
This is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Big spot for the Rams as they'll try to add a two-point conversion now. Again, it's Stafford. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack two more onto their lead.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's got his man, that's Slayton. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
The defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd down and 9. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. A gain of 16 on that pass play. 1st down, Giants.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Needing to convert here on 3rd and inches. He'll look to throw. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. So it's a win for the visiting Rams. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from New Jersey.